very surprised. It definitely sounds different in person. The video you sent me, it sounded like it was underwater. Yeah, that's surprising. A good surprise, though. I think everybody that... Yeah. I think everybody does this stuff that messes with cars when they do their videos. I think they all have the same problem, unless they have like a really good sound equipment or something.
Yeah. That thing's lazy. You can hear it. It sounds like it wants to be snappy, but it can't. It needs timing in it.
Well, you'll get it there.
I'd be surprised.
It sounds a lot better already.
I'd be surprised if it's got timing in it.
Well, you've been too busy to check too much
When I
out.
first got it, it was only on 2 barrels. It went hit the 4 barrel.
Yeah. Yeah, you've done a lot with this thing already. I said that in another video.
Not too much to the motor because I want to take it down and show what it was going to go with when the guy had the way he had it, but I'm not going to run it where it's on 2 barrels and
No.
not getting wide open throttle. And
No, you want a fair assessment.
I
You
think probably would have went like 22 seconds if I ran it the way he had it.
Oh, maybe.
Well, it would have.
Yeah.
It was only getting to 2 front barrels on. The back barrels weren't even opening up.
Yeah.
It's 325 CFMs.
Yeah, it's definitely getting there, though.
Actually, it's 300. I forgot it's got a 600 on it. Don't even have a 650.
Oh, it's a 600 on it still?
600 on it. So it'd be 300 CFMs.
Oh.
2 barrels. Made the radiator support too.
Yeah, it looks good what you're doing. All this stuff you've been doing to this takes time. Yeah.
Going nowhere.
Yeah, radiator support. It's pretty sturdy.
Just welded bar in. Actually came in that truck.
Oh, that's good.
I think it's actually the stuff that's conduit. This is what it actually is. I think it's 1-inch conduit.
Well, free's always good.
Whatever, it was light and it was free. So
Yeah.
it didn't cost me nothing.
Yeah, and the thing is, it works out nice where it's not even hooped up or anything. That's a good thing.
It's not pretty, but it ain't.
I think it looks pretty good.
I had to use the flux core welder on it.
Yeah, but you're not trying to go to Barrett Jackson or anything. This
Yeah.
is, just has to be where it's all secure, and that's what you got.
Kind of fits the persona of the car. Right?
Yep, it does. Yep.
Those came on the car. These are the original brackets that hold the radiator in.
Ah,
I left them on and then just welded a piece of bar to the frame.
keeping it original. See that? So what's the next step?
Make the front end tilt.
I'm working on that now. Gonna make the front end where it can be tilted forward or lifted off, right?
Yeah, the 2 bolts, I'd have to unbolt it, but it can come off. It'd
Yeah.
be so easy to take the nose off after I'm done with it. It ain't even gonna matter.
Yeah.
Literally be 2 nuts and then pull the pins and the whole front end can come off if I want it to.
Yeah, that's always worked out good when we have the cars like that. We can take them off or just
I'll put it to you this way.
lift them out of the way.
If this had the original stuff on it, this car would be sold right now.
Oh,
Like if it had all, like if I was keeping this, putting it to original and everything and trying to race it, it would have been sold. There's no way you're doing fender well headers, and the headers on this sucked as it was to pull them off the car. I had to undo all the Z-bar stuff to get the header out on this side.
and these look like they'd be easy.
Yeah, no, this was horrible. The way they did the brake lines on this was horrible. Like I had to bend this brake line, unbolt it from here, bend it up so it went over this header. Like you would have had to cut all this out anyway on the stock stuff, but no way. I wouldn't be able to, I wouldn't have the patience.
I think that's why a lot of people buy something already done, because this
Like
does
this
take
car,
a lot of time.
there's taking all this stuff out is the best thing you could do to one of these cars. Getting rid of all the inner fender wells and all the crap. The radiator support that goes here, that big bulky one that holds the fenders and all on. No way, I would never be able to.
Well, that's probably why you see them done up like this more than you do restored.
And they're race cars, and people who want to race them, that's why they're like this. Mike said Rob Lowe had all his stuff in the 56, and he said it was a nightmare. He goes, I couldn't stand working on that car. He goes, that was one of the worst cars I ever had to work on. He goes, because it had all the stuff. He goes, trying to bend over the fenders, and that car was beautiful, so it had nice paint and stuff. So.
Well, that's the thing. You have to work on them too when you're racing them. You're going to do things, and that's hard. Makes it hard.
But this thing, I wouldn't be able to handle it if it had all that stuff on there. I had to get the cherry picker in there to lift the motor up to get that header out. I had to pull the oil filter off of it, unhook all the Z-bar linkages. The steering shaft was right in the way to get it out, but I was able to get around it. The bottom shaft that runs across.
Yeah, you surely been hammering that, I'll tell you.
Getting those out was it was tough. That was harder than putting these on. For sure.
I remember the Chevys not being too bad back in the day, but I might be forgetting
this
a
side
lot of
wasn't
stuff.
bad. I had to pull the starter out, and I was able to get the header from the top after I jacked the car up. But this side was a nightmare. I had to lift the motor up. Like I said, the Z-bar and all that stuff in the way. It was a nightmare.
Yeah, the Chevy stuff was usually the easy stuff back in the day for the most part.
Yeah, there ain't nothing beating a Fox body Mustang as far as simplicity to work on.
Nah, they spoil you. These little girls right here, they do spoil you when it comes to racing. I mean, you forget when you're working on these, then you forget what it's like working on something like
I
this.
never worked on nothing like this before. The Chevy stuff, like I did a little bit here and there, but I never dug into it the way I'm digging into the Blazer with the motor swap. This, like these things here though are just too easy. I can't even put it into perspective how easy these cars compared to this.
Oh yeah, well that's why you see a lot of guys that have
some
Mustangs.
of my buddies who want G bodies and stuff, I don't get it because it's like the Mustangs are just like I get you like a G body because you like a G body. I get that, but like when you're on a budget and you want something easy to do and you want a car out, you know, in the same year or whatever the case may be, you cannot beat those cars.
Well, that's why you see so many of them. Half the guys that have Mustangs aren't really even Ford guys. They're Chevy guys, a lot of them.
Well, the thing is, even the Chevy guys tell you straight up, yeah, they're easy.
A guy just did a Fairmont. He goes, "I want to show you my new car" on YouTube a little while ago, and he revealed the car, and it was a Fairmont.
Yeah.
He goes, "Okay, guys, don't get mad at me." He goes, "The car had been out before from somebody else owning it. He made some changes to it, but the car had already been setting some records and stuff." And it was
If it's a Fox body platform, you can't beat it.
It was just like an 80 Fairmont, something like that. But
Fairmont, Granada, Thunderbird.
he had big block Chevy in it, made I think 800 or 1,000 horse, I can't remember. Plus he had a big Falker
Every time I
kit.
look at this car, I want to put a Ford motor in it. Every single time.
Well, the motors, the motor is easy.
Just that distributor being that close to that firewall and having to get to that bolt and hassle with it, something so easy. It makes me just want to drop a Ford motor in it and be able to go quick right in the front.
Well, usually when you say that, that's usually what winds up going down.
It's probably going to happen. Like I'll probably do this motor, sell it, and put a Ford motor in this thing.
You got guys cringing on both sides of the fence.
I don't care who likes it. I don't care how much hate mail you get on this video. That just feeds.
I've had a few guys tell
Depending on
me,
how much hate mail you get, there might be a Ford motor in this before it even hits the track.
I had guys already say that.
The less hate you get, the longer this motor will stay in this car.
I've had our buddies already wanting me to take the 460 and dump it in that car, believe it or not.
Yeah,
I
I
said,
don't know if I put a big block Ford in it.
nah.
I think I'd stay small block with it. Like I get the motor fits like in, but a Ford motor would fit in and not have the distributor against the firewall.
Yeah.
I'd be able to reach every single bell housing bolt probably from the top with how that's designed.
Well, some guys don't mind that distributor being back like that. I mean, they're used to it, especially if they're GM guys. They're used to that.
The spark plug wire is literally hitting the firewall.
Yeah.
It's literally against the firewall.
Well, maybe the motor's moved back a little bit.
It probably is moved back slightly, but I mean, they got the motor mounts right here. But
Yeah. And a lot of guys don't modify the firewall and stuff. Doug did that. He took the firewall
well, you can
and
see this one looks like it's hammered if you look close.
he made his own firewall for his Nova.
It's all dented in. If you look close,
Yeah.
you can see it where they probably hit it. But if you look back in there, it's already probably been hit. Right in here, it looks like they hit it.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that close.
Oh, it's right on it.
I should know when you say something, there's a reason for it.
Yeah.
You don't really complain about everything. I wonder if the motor has been moved back. I don't
It
know.
might be sitting up a little bit too.
It looks like stock stuff, really. I mean,
Yeah.
but anyway, you're getting there with it.
Yeah. That's
I'm gonna-
another thing they said about that intake, the tunnel ram. They said it hits the distributor. They said it don't fit good. You need a small, I guess, distributor or something on it. I'll see when
Oh,
I put it on, I guess.
I didn't know about that. So there's another problem with that tunnel ram.
Possibly. I don't know. I don't take people's word until I do it myself and see. But it's just what they say, which I could see it being an issue because of how high that sits. But
Well, we'll see
find out.
how that winds up, I guess, right? All right, with that, I'm going to cut this off because I just want to keep everybody up to date on the car. I haven't done a video in about a week, so you fired it up and I wanted to let them hear it run. So with that, guys, I'm going to cut this off here, and till next time, we're going to stay on this thing. And I was wondering if that was going to happen right there.
It'll be close.
I might as well stay on here for a second, let you fellas see how we do things.
It's gonna be real close. That spark plug might be against the firewall in the back of the intake.
Well, I'll make it easy for guys that are listening to this. We have a hammer, a welder, and a lot of, what do you call it,
I
incentive?
got the TIG over there, and I got this hammer right here with this nice, nice rounded edge on it.
Yeah,
So I got it.
that,
I'll work that.
that here goes with our determination, and sometimes that works.
It might clear it. It's going to be close.
Yeah, we'll worry about it later. All right, with that, guys, I'm going to cut this loose here. And I want to thank you guys for checking out what we're up to and all your interest in this, guys. We appreciate it. Take care and God bless.